Welcome to a winter wonderland. Drift snow. Ooh, that's a little deep there, doggy. I'm not sinking too far. The snow underneath is pretty hard packed, so we're not sinking too far into the snow. What do you think of the snow? Ooh, swingy. See, the path is completely covered. The snow has drifted over the path flat. Usually this path is about 3 feet lower on each side until you get to the top of the hill. Unfortunately, today is a sad day. Almost as sad as the end of deer season. I have to pull my traps. Tomorrow's the last day for trapping. I didn't get to try my cable restraints. We just had so much snow buried. Alright, let's go get these out. Hey, wait for me! Wait for me, you bulldog. Come on, let's go. He loves the snow. Yeah, boiling ice to make tea. Awesome. That's when you know you have winter conditions. Yeah, here's our first trap out. A weasel box. You can see how high the snow is over it. Buried. Here's our box. There was nothing getting to that. What do you think? So you can see here how I dig it out. See our tracks in the snow. Give you an, this is drift snow. I don't know how many feet of snow we've had. You can see some of the drift here at the side of the building. Easily a couple of feet. There's more on the other side of the cabin. The wind comes from this way, so where it hits the road here. Look at bunny rabbit tracks on it. Right here, squirrel. See the side of the building. Now look at this here. Let's see. Come over this way, bulldog. Let's see how deep down this goes. This is probably up to my waist. See, I'm only barely touching the top of it there. Alright, you can see here. I slid my trap puller down into it, and it's still not to the ground. This will show you how deep the snow is. It's actually hard packed from the drift, so I'm not sinking down into it. It's not powder snow. It's freaking deep though. I thought maybe my one camera was under snow. It's not. It's actually uncovered. Let's see if the trap still works. It's in there somewhere. Ground is freaking. There it goes. Actually, it went off. Look at that. Wow, I can't believe it. They took a foot of snow off the top of it, and it still went off. And the ground around it was pretty ice slushy. You can see I found it by the rock. I knew where the rock was. And I have my trail camera here marking it. There's my trail camera. It actually still went off. Look at that. Woo! Alright, let's pull it out of the ground. Move on to the next one. Oh, we got some tracks here. That's a deer track. Fresh, probably from last night because it snowed yesterday morning. So that would have been covered over. Get some other smaller tracks here. So it goes out in a triangle. It's hard for me to see with the sunglare, but it goes out in a triangle. Goes back down this way. Back into the wood line here. And there's another set of tracks there. It goes off an awful long way along that row. It might be a rabbit. Looks like a rabbit's got a long back foot. I don't see a lot of tracks because there's a lot of drift, but these tracks are fresh. You can see they're coming right in down the trail here. That tree stand is just over there. Okay, here we have some canine sets. Canine tracks, should I say. Not from you. Short gate, it's probably a fox. He passed right by my freaking set here. And off he went. Well, as you can see, This is how much snow I'm dealing with. Whew. I can honestly say no animal was ever going to dig its way down to that trap. Only a stupid human, or maybe a Yeti. That'd be about it. But it just shows you that when I hit on the trap, just like the other one, it still went off. So it shows you what antifreeze can do. I had all these sets of antifreeze, so I'm guessing if I had a 4-foot tall fox and he stepped on that trap, it would have still went off. But it just shows you what the old antifreeze on the set can do. You sinking? You sinking up to your balls? I know, it's terrible, right? You got short legs. It's all right. It's all right. I know. It's okay. You all right? You're a good bulldog. You know it? Oh, poor Sarge. All right, let's get this one out. We got one more. This is interesting here. You can see in the snow that it looks like a little rodent track. It might be a mouse or a shrew, something really small. And you can see the fox track here. You see my track where I came down this way. Me and Sarge came down. And you see the fox track where he came past my set there and he was zigzagging. There's his track is here. And then he gets to here and he crosses that rodent track. Now the rodent track goes out to that corn stalk there, and they might have a hole there or something. But you can see where his track comes right. He follows that rodent track right to that spot. He probably stood there, sniffed it, investigated it, might have marked it, and then comes back around this way and then back into the woods here. You see his tracks come in this way. That's a fox. And then he goes down through here, down through this way. And you see that would have been a good pinch point there for a snare, but of course I'm not allowed to use a snare here. I have to use a cable restraint. So I would have had to set the cable restraint back here in the trail where he came across, where it's away from entanglement. Well, that's what we're looking for here, to see if we see any more tracks. Come on, bulldog. Okay, here's where he came out. You can see his trail here. Comes right across the path this way, follows up over the edge, goes around the pine trees, and then the tracks are covered up there. He's obviously cruising this, looking for rodents and stuff. Now this is another deer trail here. This is a deer track. There's at least 3 feet of snow here. And this is always a good spot for deer. Deer use this open trail. If you watch some of my bow hunting videos, you'll see them using this trail. I had a tree stand up there. They used to walk right under it. You can see here, this is all deer. Now this is an area here, it's all CRP. I was thinking of cutting some of it and planting food plot in some of it. Just small little strips of food plot, because the deer like bedding in this too. And you can see here where it's, it's pretty much trampled down with the snow. Where did that deer go? Go find him. There's a lot of trails. What I'm going to do for next season is this summer and this fall, I'm going to cut some trails through here with a weed eater, just as wide as the weed eater, because this is not entanglement. So you can see here there's some natural trails through it already where the deer obviously work through it. And what I'll do is I'll set those trails and I'll use the cable restraints on those trails. There's not a lot of other areas on the farm I can use cable restraints in open trails. There's a couple more areas, but like I said, I have to watch for entanglement, so I got to be careful with that. You can see here where the deer worked all the way around. There's a smaller looking track here. That might be our fox again. That one's a deer. It's hard to say. It's kind of drifted in, but it looks close together. That might be fox. You can see here where he worked onto the neighboring farm there where the tree is down. But here, this is another good spot. The deer use this a lot. Whoa! Sank in the hole there. You can see here, the deer came right through this way. And I got pictures of fox and coyotes in here too, not so much with the coyotes, but there's a drainage ditch that runs here. You can see the deer use the trail right down this way. And my trail camera we just passed. See my empty scrape dripper? Something is digging a hole there. Something dug a hole in there. But if you turn this way, there's my tree stand right there. And you can see the deer trail. Obviously a good spot. They worked out this way, then into the open field on the other side. Oh, sank again. Sometimes the water runs, so you can see the bulldog is struggling here. He's sinking up to his nuts. You all right? Good boy, come on. So look here where the deer actually ducked under the log. And she went out that way. I didn't see them actually where. I have another stand there. They didn't use that trail there. That's usually where they go, but I see now where she skipped under the log there and went out that way. Wow. There's another big uprooted tree, which is usually full of water. It's actually probably frozen solid. You sinking? You need snowshoes? Okay, come on, let's go back out. It's pretty deep in here. But I don't see any other canine tracks. I've just seen that one set now. Like I said, it snowed yesterday morning. It stopped yesterday afternoon, which was Friday. The day before, it snowed all day. So we've just had relentless snow. It's pretty much shut my whole trapping season down for the last 3 weeks. As you can see, there was nothing getting any sets. The problem was it was continually snowing. If I'd have set out cables, the cable would have been the correct height one day and then buried in snow the next day. Every time we've had snow, we've had 3 to 5 inches, sometimes 8 inches. First heavy snow we had was 2 feet almost. Had another snowfall after that of about another 1.5 feet. So yeah, Mother Nature can shut you down. It's pretty out here though. Oh, wading through the snow. Snowshoes would have been good, but I don't have any snowshoes. Don't usually need them, but it would have been nice this year. Come on, bulldog. You can probably tell I picked up a new facial scar. Make myself look prettier. Let's just say this. When mom tells you to stop messing, pay attention. And things like this can be prevented. All right, back to where we stopped. All right, got one more trap to dig out, and then we're gonna check some trail cameras too, see if there's any deer moving around or anything moving around. All right, let's get to it. Water I left out for the dog. No, it's frozen already. Look at it starting to ice up. Ay, ay, ay. That's pretty bad. It only took 5 minutes to freeze up. It's like a slushie. Well,